Hello everybody, it's Matt here, or MJ Feldy, and today we will be taking a look at this custom Kylo Ren Shuttle that I made about 3 years ago now. This was one of the first MOCs that I actually made, and this one has progressed into my custom Lego AT-AT, and then finally my newest MOC, the Imperial Star Destroyer. So far I've made 3 MOCs, or at least 3 larger scaled MOCs from Star Wars specifically. And so I thought it would be kind of fun to take a look at the first MOC that I've ever made. So without further ado, let's take a closer look. All right, now here is the Upsilon-class Shuttle, otherwise known as Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle. Now Lego has made 2 versions of this Lego set so far, and the first one was super inaccurate and actually had a gray or dark gray color scheme, which was completely inaccurate to what you see in Star Wars episodes 7 through 9. You can definitely tell that the ship is supposed to be black, so later in like 2019, I think, or somewhere around there, Lego remade the set and corrected it. And before that set actually came out was when I got the idea to make this set, because I was super mad with how the Lego set turned out with the dark gray color scheme. It just looked terrible. The wings didn't even fold out. So I was like, I'll make my own Kylo Ren shuttle that's a lot bigger and also more accurate. So the main thing that I wanted to correct on this model, besides the color scheme, was the fact that the wings could actually be angled outwards like this instead of just straight up and down. So I achieved that. I pretty much just copied what the Lego set had, like all of those building techniques for the wings, and then just made them angled outwards. I just moved the wings one more Technic hold down so that they were angled out this way, which I think looks really nice. And also I used some really sketchy studs on the side techniques with those snot bricks to make studs on the inside as well as on the outside. So as you can see there. Also, I didn't have quite enough of these, what are these, like 3x16 wedge plates here in black. So I actually had to take some light gray ones and spray paint them black, which I definitely don't recommend doing, but in order to get this MOC finished, that's just sort of what I had to do. Once again, this was one of the first MOCs that I ever made, so don't get too harsh on me down in the comments for painting Lego bricks. Also, I pretty much just straight up copied the mechanism from the 2015 Kylo Ren Shuttle for the wings to fold down, but in my model, the wings actually do fold down like this. It's pretty difficult to get them back to vertical. I'd have to remove some Technic pins and stuff like that, but technically it is possible to do that, but for the video's sake, I just thought I would show it like this. So they actually do fold down just like that, which is pretty cool. And then down here, I guess we'll take a closer look at some of the greebling on the sides there. It's pretty much just random, and I kind of just put some pieces that I thought would look pretty cool and add to the overall design and detail to the set. But there's some over here as well. And then now getting over to the main cockpit area of the Upsilon-class Shuttle. But right here, another flaw from the 2015 version that I corrected was that the windscreen visor is actually red on this one. On the other one, it was they just used trans clear pieces, which looked really bad in my opinion. But yeah, that was one of the main things that I also wanted to correct on here, but I think that looks pretty darn good. Also, this MOC is like super dusty because I haven't gotten it off my shelf in like 4 years. So bear with me there. But yeah, I kind of tried to dust off these little areas, but it still is super dusty. So sorry about that. I also made it so that this area can open up. All right, so I had to take a couple pieces off right here to actually access the interior, but there actually is a little interior. It's not much, it's just a little chair there with some control panels, but figured I would just add a little bit of an interior since I had the space for it. But yeah, this just folds down like that, and then you snap these pieces back on just to fill in some of the gaps. But yeah, once again, this was like 4 years ago when I made this, so not the best building techniques and functionality. But I mainly just built this set to correct the 2015 version, not so much for functionality and for the interior space there. Also on the back here, I tried my best to get the engine area to look as accurate as possible to the actual shuttle from the movies. But back here, I used some of these like treaded tire pieces, as well as I used some hinge pieces right here on the back to get this panel section slanted downwards. But you can see towards the back here some more of those slopes and other pieces that I used for the shaping back here. And then there's these two larger slope bricks on either side that sort of angle the ship towards the engines, which look pretty nice. And then the back of the wings don't look as good as they do in the front. But there's a look at the back of the wings. And then for this stand that the shuttle is on, what I actually did was I took the instructions from the Imperial shuttle, the UCS Imperial shuttle, and I pretty much just found whatever pieces that I had, and I sort of just improvised with those pieces and came up with this. It looks pretty similar to what that one looks like, just with some very subtle differences, and then I made it attach right up there to the center of the shuttle. But yeah, I think the stand looks pretty cool as well. I sort of wanted to make it look like a UCS set there, and plus it looks a lot cooler with the wings folded out here, so you can only really do that if you have a stand for it. So thought, you know, why not? I'll just throw in a stand there and build that up real quick, but I think it looks pretty awesome there on the stand. All right, guys, that is gonna be it for this little walkthrough of the Lego Kylo Ren Shuttle MOC that I made like 3 or 4 years ago. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this MOC and what you think about the MOC down in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace out.